a new play for radio by Jeremy Seabrook and Michael O'Neill, with Diana Olson as Bingo Lil.
You seen my Gary, Kane?
No,
I
I
sent
ain't
him
seen
out
him,
for a
Lil.
pie half hour ago with me last note. I'm waiting on him for me entrance money.
Oh,
He
God.
knows I can't go till he gets back.
No.
But now I put him on a bit of string, keep track of him then, little sod.
Yeah, that's
Well, I have
right.
to go in a minute. It's nearly half down. I'll be all right if Pearl's on the cash desk, but if it's old hatchet face, I might as well save myself the journey.
I reckon she'll be the only one there tonight, night like this.
Yeah, she'll ask you to do her shopping for her because of her legs, but
Yeah.
they don't fold under her when it's destination bingo.
No.
She's shifting along now like a bleeding whippet. Look at her.
She only wears them bandages for sympathy.
Lazy old cow.
Yeah.
Oh, this bleeding yard. Dust. I'm going to peel off and lay down.
It's worse inside than what it is out here.
I don't get a blink of bleeding sleep these nights. I fidget all night long. I kick him away from me. He says, lay still for Christ's sake. I say, I'm out, cooking like a sausage in a pan.
Oh, mate.
I even opened our windows once or walked. Frank wanted me to bust the bloody glass last night. I said, don't do that. We don't want to live with a bleeding great hole gaping at us through next winter.
He's had to live with hers long enough,
Oh.
hasn't he?
Hark at them noisy buggers.
They all that bloody entry. That echo, it goes through you. And what about Monday night's performance?
What? What about
I've
it?
seen this bleeding great gun and cutthroats blocking up the entrance, and I thought, time we got the men down to him, bash them about a bit.
That's
All
right.
the games there is about. I don't go about in ones and twos. Look at that rat face and his load of thugs. The
Yeah.
bother they give me over that bleeding meter. Gaspard swore blind I'd done it. I've been on a transfer list 15 years. I had a doctor's certificate saying I can't climb the stairs. If I went and waved me bleeding death certificate under their faces, they'd just go to the back of the queue and wait your turn.
right, they would.
Well, Herb blew him down the trick, though, that day, didn't he? You know, that day he went down the housing with that carrier bag.
yes.
They had this burst sewer pipe for weeks, and the kids was always going down with something. So he worms his way into one of the eye-ups, and bloke says to him, oh, it hardly seems a matter of life and death, does it? So Herb tips up the carrier bag, and out rolls 3 bleeding dead great rats. Straight onto his table in front of him. There he is, squealing away, get 'em off me, get 'em off. And there's Herb, pissing himself, saying, there'll be live ones next time. Anyway, next morning, 8 o'clock, there's 2 workmen hammering on his door.
Oh, Rose, I want you a minute. Listen, I'm sending my mum's order off on Fridays. Anything you want. Now, Jean's bought a nice lolly maker. Says it's going to save her a fortune in this weather. It's like a mould, all in Disneyland shapes. Kids go mad on them. It ain't 25 bob.
Hello, Rose. If I've anything this month, it'll be a pair of shoes for number 1.
Here, I've got a catalogue under my arse. Stops you getting glued to the concrete with the heat. Look, there's a lovely selection of shoes. Just come over. Specially imported for the younger mother, flattering foot caressing anaconda skin, softened specially for your foot by a secret process known only to the Indians of the Amazon basin.
And a what?
Anaconda, snake skin. Look, that's them there at the top of the page.
I don't like the idea of snakes round my feet. Not snakes. There might be some poison in that left in
Oh,
them.
no, they're lovely. You wouldn't know you got them on. I'm getting a pair with a commission I've got owing to me.
I ain't finished paying off Lorraine's bridesmaid's dress yet. There was 8 quid's worth of material in it. He'd scar me for life if I go and buy anything else.
You ought to take a bit of pride that you still care about yourself.
Yeah. Well, perhaps I might then.
Yeah, go on.
I'll see. Size 7, but I'm a broad fitting. Dropped me dad's ARP helmet on it when I was a kid. Broke all my toes, you know. Never mended properly.
Now, anybody else? I can't take nothing after this
No,
week for
mate.
another month.
Only thing I want don't come through bleeding catalogue.
What you looking for then, Maureen?
Same as we're all looking for.
You want to put a card in the window down the newspaper shop.
Put myself in the window if I thought it'd do any good.
You're better off the way you are. You're getting good money down in knitwear. All you've got to do is pay a bit more to your mum.
That's right.
God, I wish I was still with my mum. Best time of my life, honey, I didn't know it.
If you're looking for love, last thing you want is a man round you.
You do better get a dog.
Lucky he'd perish. She has that dog in bed with her, head on a pillow.
Oh, no.
It's got to look so much like her. She's drawing the family allowance for her.
Oh, dear. Better go and see if there's any sign of our Lorraine. I told her 10 o'clock. Might as well talk to myself, though.
Ooh. Go and struggle out of this bleeding blouse. Go back raw when I'm indoors.
Oh, how you can? I can't stand nobody looking at me in the nude, not even Terry.
Mine says to me sometimes, go and cover yourself. I said, what, getting you excited, is it? He says, excited? Sooner put it up the Hoover.
Oh, stuff. It's getting in my lungs. I can feel it.
That's a bit of rain, laid the dust.
Gets everywhere.
Gives you cancer.
Oh, don't.
Oh, you're all going? I don't fancy going in. Can't breathe in there. Oh, I hate this weather. Ken calls it Jungle Bunny's bank holiday.
It fetches them all out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Walk down Kingfisher streets like bleeding shrimp's tea party.
Gary! Gary! I shan't tell you again. 9:45. You'll be late for school if you don't get a move on.
Oh, I wish I could have a big win. A really big win. Rose got the jackpot 2 weeks running. She must have a lucky streak. Friendship, fun and fortune, it says, they ain't brought me any of them. Since we've been going, I told her if I had a big win, I'd give her 10 quid straight off. She had all that money twice, and she never even offered me so much as a packet of fags.
Oh, Gary! If you don't get out of bed this minute, I'll come and drag you out.
Oh, he's getting too big for me to handle. If that bald-headed bugger from the school board knocks on this door once more, I'll let fly at him. No good loading the blame onto me. I do my best to get him ready for school. Oh, thought there was some bread. Oh, they'd have biscuits then. But he's had that bloody dog in bed with him all night again.
Gary, you had that bloody dog in bed all night again. Send it down this minute.
Why can't he be a bit more normal? Get up like everybody else. There's always been something funny about that boy. I was on the change when I had him, though, wasn't I? Yeah, well, now they go on up there with their calls and nature. I wouldn't fancy that, floating about the spaceship with me. I ain't even taught him to read all the time he's been there. Can't see why they're so worried about it. I ain't. He knows money, and that's the main thing. Oh, dog's ass get everywhere, in the teacups. Yeah. Oh, wicked old sod. He kept his dead mother in a fridge so he could go on drawing the pension. Oh, they get away with it. I couldn't even get that grant for Gary. Wonder how he got the body in there. Wonder if he cut her up. He'd look well if he went to get the Sunday joint, got a bit of her instead. I've lost my bleeding membership card. There's another 3 and a tanner down the drain again tonight.
21. Never been done. 21. 37. Feels like heaven. 37. 99 change
You're going
hands.
far.
It's new,
28.
Angie.
Must be fate for some lucky lady. 28.
Down a bit.
We can't keep
Go
up.
on, strike if you're not careful. Come on, girls. Get your minces glued to the cars, your bums to the seats. You can't go too fast, not when there's 100 quid looking for home. 88. Open the gate. 88.
I've got
13,
that.
a lucky
What was
for
that
some.
one, Rose?
88.
Time
You got
for
it there, look,
some.
80.
Fine.
48.
Wives. Here, it's me last one. Here, pull out. Pull out. Well, mate, I've got it enough. It's me, I've won. Down here,
Are you
mate.
sure, Lil? I'll check up on the board for you what's been called. Don't pin your drawers, Lil. You might have got it wrong. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, you
Come on,
saved
darling.
me bacon. Solve the welfare. Here. Answer to Maiden's prayer. Come on, lovely. I'll give you a kiss as I'll knock you backwards.
Come on, my darling, up here and let everybody have a look at you. Now, what's your name, love?
Mrs. Manson.
Yes. All above board. Your lucky angel's been paying dividends tonight, Mrs. Manson.
Mansell, but you call me Lil.
Lil, is it? Well, Lil. £100. All in mint condition. I ought to know. I printed them myself.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, have a drink with me. There's something to sell.
well. It's a very generous and a very noble gesture, but I can't take it. The management says it's yours and yours alone. Give her a hand, girls. She's got a heart as big as a house.
What's she gonna do? Make a bleeding speed?
Get off now. We don't pay good money to see the bearded
I
lady.
just want to say thank you. Thank you.
Get on with the
Thank
golden
you.
spoon.
Yeah, well, yes, my darling, yes, well, thank you, too. And as you say, ladies, we will now get on with the golden scoop. Eyes down for a full house.
I'll go straight
2
out.
and 1, 21, 3 and 4, 34.
the
On its
Jerry
own,
Riddle.
number 7,
Oh,
5 and 2,
excitement.
52, 3 and 2, 32,
Wouldn't
2
worth
and
it.
9, 29, 1 and 8, 18, 1 and 4,
Hang on, Lil.
2
I'll
and
walk
4,
you to the bus
24,
stop.
3 and 1, 31.
About time I had a bit of luck. I've sat there month out, month in, paid for that seat 10 times over. All the bad luck I've had this year. I had that ingrowing toenail, then there was Gary making them dirty phone calls, now Ruthie losing her baby, and that pressure cooker I bought off Cass, nearly going through the roof.
All your worries are over now, Lil.
Yeah, I've got to be careful though, ain't I? A lot of people in the Pollard house like to get the greasy mitts on it.
You sit on it, Lil. Don't go rotting off your coming to money or they'll wheedle it out of
There's
you.
nobody I'd rather see have it, Lil, except myself.
What are you going to do, Lil? Fly to Majorca?
No. I think I'll put a deposit on an house in the country down here.
Oh, not with 100 quid, Lil.
Isn't that enough?
You want to spend it, Lil. Have a good time while you're young.
They used to call me Lucky Lil when I was young. I was in bed one night when a bomb took the whole bleeding front straight off our house. I never even woke up. They said, "Wake up, Lily, a bleeding bomb's dropped." I said, "Oh, I thought it was a bit breezy round me arse." Yeah, Lucky Lil.
Tell you what you could do, Lil. Buy a bleeding bus. Oh, they hijack the bloody things down Lewisham if they want to get to Downham.
You'll have the pub crowd pushing and shoving you around in a few minutes. You'll have their hot, beery breath down your
Aren't
neck.
you going to treat us, Lil?
I'll pay all your bus fare.
I'll go to bleeding Brighton then.
36 don't go to Brighton. Do it?
36 don't go anywhere this time of night except Camberwell Garage.
Well, I'll pay all your entrance money tomorrow. All them that's here at 7.
Hello, Lil. I'll join you in the queue if you don't mind. Slide along here. Yeah, you're looking chirpy. You ain't won a bleeding fortune, have you?
No, Kath, I ain't won nothing.
Oh, I only wonder, because you generally look like the back of a gravestone when you come out of the Camberwell Casino. Who did win tonight, then?
Somebody £100. Want me though, Kay?
Oh, what's lit you up then, Lil? Toad no for dinner. It's you. You 100 quid, ain't you?
Oh, wish I had.
You bleeding liar, Lil. Show us your purse.
Oh, well, I did have a bit of a win. Wasn't 100 quid, though. I didn't want anybody to know.
Keeping it from me, Lil. I thought I was your best friend.
No, it ain't that, Kate. And I don't want all them in a collar on me tracks, do I? They'll swear black and blue I owe money. Breeding load of liars.
they'd chew me out of it in next to no time.
Lil, I wouldn't breathe a sigh about it. Slit my throat. When you had the scabies, I never told on you, went to the laundrette with all your washing. They'd lynched you in Apollo if they'd found out.
It wasn't scabies, it was a rash Gary picked up from that dog.
I won't tell nobody. Only buy things you really need. £100 don't go nowhere these days.
Yeah, I reckon I could spend 100 quid in a week if I went mad with
Oh,
it.
so you did win 100. I thought you did, you foxy old lil you.
Don't tell nobody, Kath, will you?
Deaf and dumb, ain't I? Only one thing, Lil. Keep it out of Gary's clutches. Stick it somewhere safe. So in your drawers, Lil. About the only place Gary don't go. As far as we know, anyway.
I'm gonna kit myself out, head to foot. You won't know me. Might get myself a fella then, 'cause I ain't bad, Kath. You ain't seen me all done up.
Yeah, I'll take you down the Raven, Lil. Nice fellas get up there. Irish, you know, curly hair. Do you like curly hair, Lil?
It's always curly where she likes it.
Hey, here's the bus. Here, don't you shoving it. You got a bleeding knife.
Oh, look at it. I bet the sod's full.
3 only, and then it's big.
What do you mean, first 3 only? Ain't just got on. If it was too full, then it could be too full for us. Sod the inspectors. We've been out for bloody hour. Come on, Lil.
No, they can keep their buses. I'm gonna walk across the green, get a taxi. Do it like Liz Taylor.
Oh, well, I'll come with you, Lil. Keep you company. I ain't been in a taxi since I was took queer me belly up factory.
Wish I could meet somebody. Somebody about 45, still got his hair, nice tight belly. I wouldn't mind what it was like, bald or crinkle cut. When the soldiers on parade, they all feel the same. He lost his wife, cancer or something, about 3 months ago. You look a bit lost and lonesome. Let Lil buy you something with a kick in it. Tell her all your heartaches. Yeah, it'd be nice, that would. Wish somebody'd fancy me. I ain't all that bad for them as like a bit of something to hold on to. I kept me Cupid's bow. Bloody bow bells and bow window to go with it, no. Well, I'd have to have a corset. Yeah, long skirt, hide my pins. The feet ain't bad, though. Nice pair of peep toes would set them off nice. I say every dustbin has its lid. Probably some fella waiting for me sitting there yearning and that. I'm a woman with a jingle in my purse now, aren't I? Don't have to sit there like a down and out old slide panting for somebody to buy me a drink. And I ain't tied to a Apollo house now. I'm footloose and fancy free. No husband for tittle-tattle to get back to.
Lil!
Hey,
Lil! Oh, Lil! Thank God you're in.
good blimey, Cat. What's the matter? Cat got the measles. Here, hang on.
Oh, Lil! Put that bleeding kettle on. I'm a blob of jelly. Oh, God, I think the heart stopped beating for a minute. I thought it was going to peg out. Oh, Lil. Oh, Lil, it was terrible. I've lost everything.
What you lost
Everything.
then?
I've been attacked. 3 great men, all with stockings over their heads, carrying hatches down Colbar Street. I was coming through the alley, go to the post office, and I see these 3 coming out of nowhere like the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, I wouldn't go down
They
there, not in
pulled
the
me
daytime.
about. They shoved me one to the other. My head was swimming. I went all giddy. I nearly had a blackout. Look, they tore me dress, look.
What was they after? Intercourse?
Oh, yes, they would have done if they'd had the chance. They took me bag with all my catalogue money in it. £33 in it a month. Take it.
Have a cup of tea, Cat. Here.
Oh, God.
Oh, the sugar's gone into a lump. They turn round and tell me I ain't got the damp. It's a damp in it. Makes sugar go into a lump.
How could I ask, Lil? Help me out of a jam. I ain't got no friends. Except you. If I had somebody to fork out a quid or 2, I could pay it back out my commission.
Well, I'd lend it to you, Cat, if I had it.
What do you mean if you had it? You walked out that Odeon with a cool 100 quid stuffed up your bloomers. It's only a flea bite out of all that money.
Spent it all.
You bleeding liar. The shops were shut last night and you ain't been out this morning. You tell whoppers like that and your tongue won't stop growing.
I've stood by you through thick and thin, Lil. What about when Mavis lost that pair of fur-lined boots? I didn't breathe a word about whose flat they walked into. You know what they call that if they was to sniff it out, but I wouldn't whisper a dicky bird. I am deaf and dumb because I am a friend.
Oh, yeah, you've been good to me, Kay.
Come on, Lil, you could tide me over, keep me out of bleeding on away. You get it back, Lil. Every cent, so help me you will.
Well, I could manage a fiver, perhaps, but you'll have to nip outside the landing while I get here.
Lil, what do you think I'm going to do? Open your bleeding door with a crowbar in the middle of the night and come and burgle you?
No, Kath, I've hid it.
I'll close my eyes, Lil.
Who swiped it? No, Kath, you swiped it. I put it on the cistern in the lab. It's gone.
Come here, let me have a look. If it's anything like mine, it'll all be rusted through. Every time I pull my chain, I get a shower bath. It's like a bleeding monsoon. Here. What's this? Here it is. Oh, Christ, it's all jagged and rusty out there. Oh, got me bleeding wrist now. Here. Oh. A bit soggy, but it'll dry out.
Okay. Thank you.
You want to tell Gary not to drop his fag ends down there. Blocks the drains up.
Oh, I'll have to find somewhere a bit safer.
Come on, let me 30 quid, Lil. It'd be like putting it in the savings bank. If it hadn't have been for me, you'd have lost the old bleeding lot.
Yeah, all right, Kath. You've been a good friend. You stood by me. So it can... Here you are. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Come on, Lil, come on. Peel off another couple. You're not going to burst your ring, are you?
Here you are. Here's one more. That's your lot.
Oh, thanks, Lil. That'll do.
Well, when can I have it back?
Oh,
Kay?
you get it back, Lil. When Sunday falls in the middle of the week.
I think I'll put it under the carpet. Make a bit of a bump, but I could tread it down.
Lil, you in?
Oh, hello, Joyce. Come in. I've had half a poller through here today.
Well, I know you've had a bit of a windfall, Lil, and that's one reason why I'm here, if the truth is told. Oh, I see you've been counting your shekels.
Oh, no, I'm behind with my rent money. That's my rent money. I ain't got none to lend to nobody.
Oh, it ain't for me, Lil. I ain't after no backhanders. What I can't get myself I do without. Oh, I did see Kath coming out. I says to myself, hello. Crows start flapping the minute they smell a killing.
Oh, no, didn't she tell you she's been robbed?
Eh?
She got beat up with 3 men wearing stockings.
Oh, that what she told you? Well, take my place to say nothing, but she was tripping down them stairs like a teenager.
Her dress was torn. They had her on the floor. She was sobbing her heart out when she walked through that door.
Oh, well, I'd go down the wharf and throw a bed in the river.
Yeah, and there are a lot of crooks and cutthroats.
Yeah, well, there is some good in the world, Lil, and that's why I'm here. They're running a crusade. Ain't you seen it in the Mercury?
No, you see the mirror.
Oh, it's a crusade for little Wendy Austin. Lives in Minerva. You've seen her sitting on the doorstep. Well, she's got a hole in her heart.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
I knew she had a big head. Water on the brain, I thought it.
No, she's normal, only she's got this hole in her heart. They say she's only got 2 years to live if she don't have this operation.
Oh, no, I've never heard of that. I tell Gary sometimes, I reckon he's got a hole in his head.
Oh, well, this is a new operation out can save their lives, but it's in South Africa. The only bloke that knows how to do it is in South Africa, so the Mercury's running this crusade to pay her fare. Yeah, and we want Apollo to come up with more money than any other house in the borough.
Poor little thing, what a tragedy.
Yeah.
Well, I might give a bob or two to that. You don't mind when it's your own, do you?
Lil, couple of bob ain't going to look very good entered in a book where they all know you've had that big win. Poor little mite's flying to South Africa. Take the other side of Lewisham, you know.
How much have the others given
I
like?
told you.
Only got 5.
Oh, yeah, one of them will do. Oh, that look ever so good. Your name will be top of the list. Lil Mansell, £5. Oh, that's grand. He's doing the op free, but we've got to find the fare. And when she gets back, they're going to have a big party for her.
Oh, I'll have to go to that. No.
Oh, you're right, Lil. It is a tragedy, young life like that. Still, all we can do is touch wood and pray to God. Ta-ra!
Joey, got a matchstick?
My ears is bunged up. Thought I was going deaf. It's just wax.
Where are you going?
2 fields the other side China.
I'm coming with you.
No, you ain't. Kids, bleeding ankle biters. You ought to be having your own life now. You're 14. You want to get yourself some mates. Instead of hanging round my skirts, never known a boy like you. You turn into a right mother's boy if I let you.
I'll go out if you give us some money.
Here, here's 10 bob.
Oh, so.
Go and find some mates. Must be somebody a bit dopey you could mate up with somewhere. Go down Deptford where you ain't known.
Hello, Lil, me old pudding.
God, blimey, Tom. Look what's here.
Don't want him here. Peter Bed.
Well, I've come home to support my family, ain't I?
Well, you needn't. Gary and me don't want you, do we, Gary?
If he stays here, I'm going.
Yeah, told me you was in the nick. Somebody said they seen it in the Mercury. You broke out, and you...
Only in a rash, Lil, over seeing you. I done me porridge, only 12 months. Now I've come home for a bit of family life. Boy needs a man behind him his age.
Don't want you. Ken takes me down New Cross Stadium.
Oh, who's Ken then?
He comes round here sometimes. It's legal. You can when your husband's put away for a long time, years and years.
All the time I'm pulling my wife through that hole in the mattress, I'm thinking of you and I, Lil. The old cock's come home to roast, Lil. I thought you'd be drooling for it. Who you got, load of hop-alongs and waddies? Come on, Lil. I can still get my arms round you. Just...
Get your rotten feelers off me. This is a new frock.
Yeah.
What happened to the top of your finger?
I lost it on the circuit of sword, didn't I? I was sawing through this load of wood. It went straight through the wood and straight through my thumb. I was up in a barrel and I've lost my thumb. And one of my mates says, well, it's down there. So I picks it up and I plonks it back on again. Well, I bandaged it, but it didn't nip proper.
So bad.
Yeah, I put it on backwards.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's nothing. I went on my work as if nothing had happened. Nothing don't hurt me. It's the sort of man you want to.
I'm going out, Tom. I ain't got time to mess about. I'm going up to Raven with Cass.
You haven't seen Kath? She done all right at your winnings.
What winning?
Well, that £800 you won on the pools.
I don't do no pools. Them little squares gives me zigzags in front of my eyes. Somebody's been bleeding lying to
Yeah,
you.
things like that get spread
Yeah,
about.
so's bleeding more shit. I ain't got a bean. I'm behind with me rings.
Come on, Lil, you never brought a frock like that out of a jumble. You didn't get that for mouse droppings.
Yeah, well, I did have a bit of win on the bingo. Quid or 2. But it's all gone home to Jesus.
Come on, Lil, let's have a handful of your Bristols here.
In front of Gary. Gary has a quid off it.
I want to stay here.
Well, we don't want you. Me and your dad got a few things to talk about.
You. I hate you. We don't want you here. If you stay, I'm going to America. I'll hide in an aeroplane. Wrap yourself up so don't freeze to death. I know how to do it.
Shove off, Gary. Don't talk simple.
I might not come back. I'm taking Trixie with me.
It'd be worth it to get rid of that mangy, rotten thing. You can't stay here, Tom. The assistant thinks I'm a widow. Well, I thought I was myself, so I wasn't telling no lies.
Nah,
was I?
don't get the wind up, Lil. I ain't moving in. It'll be me selling it for you. I'm having a brand new house built up, Emil Hempstead. We've got everything. French windows, walk-in wardrobes and a fountain.
Where'd you get money for that, you lying out?
Well, I've got a little business.
Who's we?
A couple of mates and me. We've got a car hospital down Beckenham. Transplants we do. Cars that have been abandoned by their owners in streets and car parks, places like that. We abandon them a bit more.
Yeah, I know you. You're a proper villain.
It's all legal, Lil. We're registered. There's no need to forge banknotes. We're up to our eyeballs in a genuine article.
What did you come here for, then?
I love you, Lil, don't I?
There's only 2 things you love in this world. You and your bleeding belly.
Come on, Lil. I'll waggle my finger up your bum.
Dirty hound, get off.
Oh, you ain't a bag of bones, do you? Got a bit of meat on you.
Oh, bloody hell, sod, you know what I like, don't you? What'd you go away for?
Well, it wasn't a bit of bother, Lil. I didn't want my wife mixed up in a thing like that.
Oh, I wouldn't have left you in the lurch.
I went through the court before and spun them a bleeding rigmarole to save your bait.
That's all over and done with, Lil. It's stuff we've got to think about now. What we're going to do together, eh?
Yeah, I don't know if I want it bait.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go upstairs. There's no room on the bed.
Ah, Lil, me old pudding. You finished running away with a poller. We can be moving anybody in the next week.
So, that's what you always used to say to me. Come on, Lil, I want a bit of pudding.
Well, I've only got 1 or 2 little bills to pay to some of the contractors. If Bob's your uncle, we're sitting fancy.
No.
Yeah, you're over the moon, Lil. Only I've got to have 50 quid to pay all the contractors.
I'll put it under the carpet over there.
Oh?
See if you can find it.
How's that?
Getting warm.
Oh.
I knew you'd sniff it out.
All right, love. I'll nip over the captain now, pay him all. You can be warm in the bed for when I get back.
Here, Tom, don't go now. Don't take me lollipops
In
away.
a couple of hours, I'll bring a bottle.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Feeling nice. He knows I'll go through fire for him. I'll pull Gary in home tomorrow if he said so. A wicked woman. Can't help it, though. Didn't say where he was living. Hampstead? Some in Hampstead. Well, I hope he ain't scarpered. Here. Bloody sod, I bet he's scarpered. Oh, he's took the lot. Yeah, there was more than 50 quid there. Bleeding criminal. Behind bars he ought to be. I'm skint now and got a penny to bless myself with. Oh, yes, I have. I put 10 quid rent money behind the clock. There. It's got me up. I rode them. Didn't I? Oh, I didn't move them, did I? Nobody knew they was there. Except Gary. When I went upstairs to get Gary's took it. After I give him a quid. No, 30 bob I give him. Oh, little sods. Blotches I'll give him. Blotches all over. Thieving lot of sods. Bleeding pirates, your own bleeding family. I don't want no fellas round me ever again.
Oh, Gary, thought you wasn't coming. I thought your mum would let you.
I had to see her off. She's gone to America to see about me uncle's funeral. He's dead.
When's she coming back?
Late tonight, or it might be tomorrow.
Well, I've seen her going down. Has he left all his money to you and her?
Most of it. He made stacks of money off films. I might be going over there to live.
Can we come, both of us?
You can drive a big cars at 14 over there. He had a big car. I might be bringing it over here. I'll go to school in it. I'll drive round the playground 100 miles an hour. I'll kill all of them who get in my way.
Hey, will you kill Miss Davis for me? I'd love to hear her screams above the screech of the tyres.
Gary, do you know how to work the machines? I can't work out that big one, how you can win.
Oh, Gary, I left my bag on the bus. I ain't got no money. Give it to Bob.
Oh, here you are.
Is that your uncle's money? Well, we'll go and change it into sixpences. We'll go, because we know how many you should get.
No, I'll go.
No, I know him on the desk. He likes me. I might get a bit extra.
Bring it back then. And I'll give you 2 tanners each.
Only 2? Is that all you're going to give us out of 200
Bleeding
tanners?
right as Tom will have on that.
200? You can have as many as you want then.
Tough, I'll have both.
Not both
Oh,
of them.
shut up, Gary. We'll win a fortune. If you put enough in, you have to win in the end. Oh, Gary.
Oh, I shall have to go and strain my greens.
To do what?
Have a pee. Now, I won't be a minute. Now, don't you move from there.
If my fingers do drop off, she'll know it was me who took it. I'll put it back when we've won. She won't miss it, perhaps. freak.
He needs a skin graft. Shouldn't be at this school, he's a wally.
He's a diddler.
They've got special places for people who are deformed, so we don't have to stare at him all day.
It's a creeping fungus.
It's eating into his brain.
There's only one way to stop it. That's stick cold metal through it.
We're going to pickle his brains in a preserving jar. Here is the brain of a nutter.
Then we can shrink his head.
Shrunk already. Pinhead.
Mongol.
Then we can hang it on our belt.
Stick it on the school railings like they did in history.
Yeah, we're going to take your dinner money next week.
From now on, we want 10 bob a week, or you'll suffer.
And every time your old woman wins at bingo, we want a quid.
Or we'll smash your face and break your legs.
See what he's got on him now. What's this?
My pen. You thieved that off me. Yes, you did, you liar. And I'm having it back.
Ruler. You don't need that. He's got some sweets all stuck together.
You wasn't going to give us one, was you? Well, we don't want them, because they're contaminated anyway.
Let's make him eat them all at once.
Make him swallow them.
Paper and all. Open his mouth.
Well, his poison god don't touch you.
He's going to throw up. He's got a long range. Get out of the way.
I ain't got two shoes to go together.
Don't think I'm coming with you. I ain't coming with you.
Ah, we'll see. If I have to knock you senseless and drag you there, we're going down to have it out with them. Bloody teachers. Think I'm going to sit here while they fit up wheels like that all over your body? Bloody sods. It's my job to wallop you when you deserve it, not them buggers. Yeah, lipstick's gone cake dry. Well, don't say you're an angel, Gary, 'cause you ain't. Sometimes I could jog your heads against the pavement. You get me that mad.
You ain't got to go. I don't want you up there. What you dressing up like that for? You look like Coco the Clown.
I'll give you blotch the other side of your face. Talk to me like that. I'm going up there fighting your battles. I'm your mother. And mother's something you want a bit of sodding respect for.
They won't take no notice of you. They'll laugh at you.
There, got a pimple. Looks like Mount Everest in this mirror. Shows everything up. Oh, I hate bloody blackheads. You get me a needle, Gary. Should be one on that settee. No, not there. Stuck through the arm. I'll take him to court over it. Tonight we're going up the doctor's. Let him see them bruises. Tell you what they must have hit you with to get the skin off your legs like that. Bleeding meat knife by the looks of you. Gary, let that be. You don't want rouge. You smell of Nancy. Don't want that on top of everything else.
You can draw with it. I'm doing a tattoo with it.
I'll tattoo your ass if you don't do as I tell you. Come on, get your trousers on. Pants, filthy they are.
There's holes in them. I want to wear my jeans.
Oh, wear what you bloody like, as long as you don't show me up.
I ain't going.
I should think so. I'm going to all this bother for nothing, so get a move on. Put some trousers on. Sick and tired of having to sit and look at them pains.
I'm bringing Trixie with me.
Oh, no, you ain't. Bloody thing. One of these days she'll get run over. Good job and all.
Wish you get run over.
Look at the way he's talking to me.
Oh, bleeding hell, Lil. You getting married? Oh, Red don't half suit you, Lil. Here, what you want? Some shoes? I'll bring the catalogue round. Here, you won't get sod all out the welfare dressed up like Dally LaRue.
Yeah, I'll tell you where I'm going. I'm going straight to that school over him.
Oh, what's he done?
Oh, he ain't done nothing. It's them. Yeah, show cats what they done to your legs, Gary.
No, what'd you let him sit about like that for, Lil, at his age? Great boy like that. Ask him for trouble, that is. Danny encourages him to play with themselves.
Oh, it's his legs. Red raw where the teachers have fetched the skin off
Oh,
of them.
take him to court.
Well, shall when I find out who done it. Wasn't just one of them, was it, Gary? Gang of them, wasn't it, Gary?
Oh, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Fleeting time he did know something. If they've been hitting you, you got to identify 'em. Who was it?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Oh, God, do you know your own? Here. Hey, why's your arm all red? That ain't bruises.
He's been buggering about with my makeup.
I'll get your clothes on. I'll come with you.
Oh, I can't dress him his age. And I can't find me other shoe. I can't go with one
Oh,
shoe
God,
on,
I don't
can
know. There ain't
I?
nothing to choose between you, the pair of you. Anyway, you sure he's got his story right?
Well, I never know with him.
You told your mum the truth, Gary?
No, he don't have a meaning of the word. You can't get to the bottom of him.
Here. Where are you going?
I'm going to bed.
Bed. He lives in bed.
Well, aren't you going? Oh, come on, Gary. Look sharp.
I don't know, Kate. We're coming out of school by now. I've only got one shoe. Oh, I've pinned me brooch to me skin. Oh, that hurts. It's been pinned right through me, and I never felt it.
Can't feel it? Here. You know what that's a sign of, don't you? That's how Molly started when she had that growth.
Only bleeding gross I got that one upstairs. Put the kettle on, Kay.
I'll give them a preliminary interview now they're here. And for the next time, I'd be grateful if somebody could possibly visit. Would you come in, Mrs. Mansell?
You're going to put me in a home and shut.
No, Gary. Now, let me see Mommy first. You stay outside and read the comics. I'll call you in a minute. Nobody's going to talk about putting you away. Just you sit there for a few minutes now. No, not there, dear. That's my chair. This side of the desk, if you don't mind. That's right.
He's driving me slowly out my mind. I swear if somebody don't do something with that boy soon, I'll take an overdose and give him one as well. I've tried kindness and I've tried knocking him senseless. Except his dad says he can't knock anybody more senseless than what he is already. That's what his dad says.
Yes, dear. Well, first things first. Now then, I don't know you terribly well yet, so I'll have to ask you a few questions so we can find out what really is troubling Gary.
What sort of questions? Go and ask the assistants. They know more about me than I do myself.
Oh, no, it's not like that, my dear. I just wanted to ask you about Gary and family relationships and so forth.
Ah, all right.
Now then, Gary was born on the 13th of the 11th, 1958.
Well, he's 14 and he don't act it.
Gary is your youngest then, Mrs. Mansell.
Yeah. I'll tell him sometimes you come like plum pudding in August, a bit late in the day.
So Gary was a bit of an afterthought then, was he?
Yeah, well, we've always given the best of everything, but he never shown us no thanks.
Well, can you tell me something about his childhood? Did he cut his teeth with convulsions? Any history of serious illness?
Yeah. Well, only me. Last year I had me bedroom furniture took away.
Oh, a hysterectomy. It's hardly hereditary, I think, Mrs. Mansell. Has Gary had any serious accidents?
Well, now he cut his head open. Yeah, he'd be about 6. It was all open. You could see all the inside. They had to shave all his hair off and put 10 stitches in.
Just the usual childish cuts and bruises. Now then, I wish your husband had been able to come today. I suppose he's at work.
Oh, he's working away from home for the time being.
What's his job, Mrs. Mansell?
He's a crane driver. Well, to tell the truth, we're better off without him. Him and Gary done it off too good.
Did he punish the boy a great deal when he was younger?
Well, he used to wallop him with his belt. Yeah, he did have a stick with a nail in it, you know, he used to threaten him with, but he never done nothing with it. He knew I'd have gone straight to the cruelty man if he did.
When was your husband last home for any length of time?
Just before Christmas.
And were there still rows between Gary and your husband then?
Well, it was really, because he got mad with Gary for wetting the bed. Made him wash the sheets and then put them back on the bed wet. Seemed to stop him, though.
Does Gary still wet regularly?
Oh, no, only that bit just before Christmas. I told Tom he couldn't help it. He does it in his sleep. Tom swore he laid there and done it on purpose.
Uh-huh, I see. How long has he been refusing to go to school, Mrs. Mansell?
Well, he's never been keen on it. But I never had no trouble getting him there till this year. He says he don't like it and he ain't going. Well, he's too big for me to start lugging about, isn't he? But he was hopping the wag for months. I never knew nothing about it.
What is it about school he doesn't like, do you think? Is there any particular teacher he doesn't get on with?
No. He don't like reading and writing all that much.
Well, what about his friends, Mrs. Mansell?
Oh, well, he's never been the one for friends. He likes doing things on his own, you see.
He has no friends at school?
Oh, well, he's got some mates, but he just don't like going there. Look, I'd like him to leave, get a job. Be the making him, he'd have to learn to write and read then. Well, I got a job for him at the timber yard.
Well, I'm afraid the law doesn't allow any child to leave school before his 15th birthday, Mrs. Mansell, and Gary is barely 14.
He's not learning nothing.
The school, of course, would argue that he's never there to learn. Now, what we must do is try to discover the root of the trouble. Now, you've got to resign yourself to the fact that he'll be there for at least another year. Now, we must try and make his last year at school as pleasant and as profitable as possible.
Oh, yeah. I've done my best. I've always tried to go. Oh, pray. Look what happened at Christmas. I bought him a book. He says I can't read it. I says, well, you sit there till you can. I says, no television, no going out. I've been ever so strict with him.
Yes, I see. Well, thank you, Mrs. Mansell. It's been very fruitful first interview. I thank you for coming. I'll have a few minutes with Gary now, but do remember he's a very disturbed child.
Disturbed? Well, who's disturbed him then? I never disturb him. He lies in that bed all hours.
No, I mean he is going through a very difficult time, and he's not very sure of himself. Now, if he shows any inclination to go to school during the next few weeks, let him go by all means. But if he doesn't, don't worry too much about it. I think perhaps a change of school might be the answer. Would you agree to his going to a school where he can get special help? Where the classes are small and they get more individual attention.
Yeah, but I can't afford a lot of bus fares on top of all the other expenses.
Oh, we'll see to all that. Well, bye-bye, Mrs. Mansell. Send Gary in to me, will you?
What are you going to ask him about? He can't believe a word he says, you know. He's a born liar. Here, Gary, a lady wants you. Be nice to her. Don't be rude and tell the truth.
So, you're Gary. Come and sit down, Gary. How old are you now?
Nearly 40.
And you don't like school, is that right? Would you like a toffee? No. Well, you are a funny boy.
I ain't funny. I can't help having this mark.
What mark? Oh, that's nothing, my dear. It's hardly noticeable. Now then, what is it about school that you don't like?
I ain't going back there.
But why, Gary?
Don't like it.
I know, Gary, but we can't help you until you tell us why.
Call me names.
Well, I get called names every day. What kind of names?
They call me a Willie. I ain't a diddlo. I can swim. I've got certificates. I don't go now. They hold me underwater till I was half dead.
Now, where is your father now, Gary?
I ain't a Willie.
You don't get on too well with your father, do you, Gary? What do you do all day when you don't go to school?
Go round the shops. I don't nick nothing.
Mm-hmm. And what else do you do?
Go round the old houses. And an old wireless once. My dad smashed it up. She ain't much better.
Why's that?
Bingo. Goes in the morning and don't come home till late. Then she next because she can't win nothing.
How would you like me to arrange a new school for you, Gary?
But I don't want to go to school. I want to go to work.
But you've got to go to school, Gary. Everybody has to. Then you can have all the work you want. There's a nice school called Juniper Lodge in Lewisham. Nice long bus ride every morning to get there. I feel it's going to be just right for you.
It's at home, isn't it?
Oh, of course not, my dear. Those small classes, lots of games and swimming, lots of outings to the zoo and the circus and all those exciting places. And you won't feel you get left behind there.
It's a woolly school, ain't it? I don't want to go to a woolly school. I ain't a woolly.
It's a lovely school, Gary. It's for boys who aren't very happy at the schools they go to now. I know a lot of boys who'd love to go there, but they can't get in. Well, you just think about it. I'll see you in 3 weeks' time with your mother, and I'll send you an appointment card. Well, that's all I think, Gary. You can go now. Bye-bye. Gary Mansell, 13th of the 11th, 56. A severe school phobia. IQ dull average, working below capacity for emotional reasons. This very disturbed child has a background of great instability. Mother is dull but manipulative. Father putative and rejecting. At present away from home. Boy born late in mother's life. Query rejection on her part too. Occasional enuresis. Small stature. Birthmark on left cheek, cause of considerable disturbance. Unlikely to derive benefit from psychiatric help. Recommendation, a day maladjusted school. If attendance fails to improve, for referral to even out.
Hey, Rose. Here, can you smell burning? No, Joyce, but then I wouldn't. Never had no sense of smell right from a kid. Could have gassed myself and not known anything about it.
Don't hear. No, they're fumigating number 25 again. There's columns of bleeding creepy crawlies marching up the wall, I expect.
Well, they was up there doing that only a month ago. Oh, there's all little bits of black floating about.
Well, closing time down to labour, innit?
Oh, it's all bits like bleeding fallout.
God, blimey, that's burnt flesh, that smell. Yeah, blacks are having a sacrifice. Voodoo.
That ain't nothing new. I've been a human sacrifice to Ted the last 30 years. There is smoke coming out of somewhere. Hey?
Hey, the bloody school's on fire!
Oh, what do you mean?
Glass flying out the window, smoke's everywhere.
Oh, Wayne! Little Wayne! He's only just downstairs.
All the kids out, are they?
Yeah, all the kids have been evacuated. They're all right. They'll dance about in the playground like a bonfire night. It's all right. Nobody's in there. Got them all out.
Well, how they know they have, all them kids? How they know there ain't some of them trapped in there?
They're checking a list.
Look! I seen somebody at the window. I seen a face. Oh, nobody could get to her. Not now. Look at it. Oh, the look of agony on her face. She was bleeding. It launched me to me dying day. Oh, they faint, though, before the flames get them. That's all you can be thankful
Did anybody recognise
Well, it wasn't Linda, 'cause there she is. I can see her.
Yeah, Dawn and Sharon's all right, thank Christ. And I'm glad I kept Juliet home to take Sean to the welfare.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can now positively tell you that all the children are accounted for. We do urge you not to cluster around the school gate. The children will be allowed to come home in a very few minutes, but the firemen must be permitted to carry out their duties properly.
Rose,
That's you being at the bleeding bottle faces at the window.
I seen a face. I know a face when I see one. There was a little girl and she was white with terror.
She'll do anything just to get in the thick of whatever's going on, upsetting all us mothers, just to get in the bleeding limelight.
Look at that thing!
Barry! Look at you, you look like a bleeding smoke kipper. Why couldn't you keep away? You would have to go and play in it. Our teacher told us to bring all our books. I threw all mine back in the fire.
We was making cheese straws and the gas blew back at Miss Pratt, singed all her hair. We can't go back till further notice.
Well, you can get a job.
Yeah, and Barry's leaving this term anyway. That's his bleeding school days over.
I only needed a 53. Oh, just my bleeding nut. 53 would have been worth 50 quid to me. They've done it on purpose.
Oh, hark at Lil, still whining on about bleeding bingo at a time like this.
Right, slug.
Oh, you want to try sitting next to her in a bingo? I've known her sit there and do a number one on the floor, sooner than part with her card for a minute.
Yeah, and I've seen Gary hanging it out over the balcony.
Oh, them savages. Wonder there ain't been an outbreak or something.
You seen my Gary? Don't this bleeding smoke get down yet? When they gonna put it out, eh? Here, where's Gary?
Oh, I'll carry him when he does get here.
Well, the other kids are here. They was told to come straight home.
Yeah, well, trust him to get lost. He'd get lost if he was tied to the banisters.
I never tied him to no bleeding banisters. Load of lies that was, and I know who started it and all, cat.
I've never seen Gary come out of school. He wasn't in our line, and he should have been.
Have you seen Gary? Lil's Gary?
Gruesome Gary, he wasn't with us. We don't want him with us.
Did you see him come out?
No, we'd have shoved him back if we had.
You bloody hooligan tormenting my Gary! You raise your bleeding hand to no kid of mine. You heard what he said about my Gary? It's a terrible thing to say about him. Your tongue ought to drop out. Oh, who's seen Gary? Gary!
I know where he'll be.
Yeah, and the empty flats for the little ones.
Showing them things.
Clifford, go and look for him. Oh, no, I want to watch the fire. You defy me in public. Do as you're told, cheeky bug-ass. Slit your throat if you talk to me like that. Go and ask the teachers. They'll tell you if they've seen him.
How can they be so cocksure they got all the kids out of that building in 5 minutes? Any one of them could have slipped through their fingers. Yeah, well, I done the cleaning there for 5 years, didn't I? And I know for a fact every time you emptied the basket for the teacher's tea room, it was red hot with fag ends, smouldered where they'd thrown them.
I should have known better.
Yeah, well, them kids are wandering about all day long in that building. Any one of them could get lost. They'd have no check. Most of them used to spend half the day in the toilet smoking and one thing and another. You can bet your bottom dollar if her Gary's missing, he's been left in there. Here, I reckon we've got a tragedy on our hands. Janice says that Gary was missing in the line when they called the register in the playground. The teacher moaned because he thought Gary was messing about again, but he wasn't there, was he? They say nobody couldn't have come out of that inferno alive. The top floor caved in. I'd seen a face. I told you I seen a face. You lot all said I was seeing things. If you hadn't all been so full of prejudice, he might have been saved.
Oh, I've always dreaded fire. I've been through all this in dreams. There's always flames lapping round me and I can't run, I can't escape.
Oh no, with me I'm always trapped in an upper-storey window and I'm looking down at the crowd and I open my mouth to scream and no sound comes out.
I never had no time for him, but I wouldn't have anything like this happen.
Lynn says all the class come out without any bother, so how he got left behind we'll never know. Lynn says he must have left his knife in his desk and gone back for it.
What are they doing, letting them have knives in school?
Well, if the teachers had put their foot down, there wouldn't be no knives in school, then this couldn't have happened.
Dingy holes should have been pulled down years ago. We called it Sing Sing when we was kids.
We dreaded using them toilets, daren't sit down, scared the rats to jump out the pan and take a lump out your arse. Used to stand on the seats and say, bombs away!
Leaving Blitz should have seen that place off.
Poor little bugger, that Gary. Well, somebody's got to be sacrificed, don't they? Somebody's got to lose life and limb before they'll take a blind bit of notice.
Yeah, trust the teachers to get out of there without singeing a hair of their head.
Bloody lot of sods. I should have got him out. I should have seen he was out. Too busy saving their own skins. And they turn round and tell me he ain't accounted for. That I didn't tell him, Mother, he ain't accounted for. I'll account for them sods. I was going to take him away from that school, but I ain't never been fair to him. I know what happened. He stayed in there because they made his life a misery. Yeah, you can bleeding stand there and stare. You ain't lost nothing. He ain't been treated much better here, neither.
Well, that's the best yet, ain't it? Fight like you've ever cared for him down at Granada every bleeding session, and after times when there wasn't no session at all.
Come on, Lil. Let's go and have a cup of tea. Look, you can have one of my pills. Back you up.
Yeah, there's kids in this block deserve to burn before my Gary. Them bleeders hanging about in the archway. What did happen to them? Anyway, I loved him. He was all I got. I only went to Bingo to get a big win so I could help him. I was going to buy him a farm because he loved animals. Always me. My old man doing time here, falling up with the handful and now me only boy took from me.
Oh, Mum, what's she going on for? She's upset. Well, she'll be upset in a moment when she knows what her Gary's done. Be quiet, you. She's suffered enough.
He smashed one of them machines in the Stardust Arcade because it took all his money away.
You lying little sod. After what's happened to that boy?
I've just seen him.
You liar. Where?
They say if you die by fire, your soul can't rest and you haunt the place.
Oh, don't go tell us a pack of lies like that. Your dad will throttle you.
I've seen him. He said he's coming home for his tea.
Oh, I never knew kids could have it in them to be so cruel.
You ought to take him somewhere to be treated.
After we've seen it
I
happen.
done what I could. I was warned him about fire. He got a cinder stuck to his bum when we was living down Armada Street with me mum. I set him down in the hearth. When I went to open the door, and he started screaming. I thought he wanted his tummy. He couldn't see it, you see. It was stuck to his bum.
Oh, don't blame yourself, Lil. It was school hours. They'll have to carry the can.
It's the school board's fault.
Yeah, have you thought about suing him, Lil?
Oh, give her a chance to get over it.
He was the best of my bunch. I don't care what they say about him. He can make a lovely cup of tea. Done all my laundry. He hated that school. I should wonder if he never had the heart to come out.
It's Lil's Gary.
It's him. He got out alive.
Oh, thank God. Cancel that bleeding collection, Mavis.
He's come back from the dead.
Gary and Jesus Christ, that makes two.
I'll bleeding slaughter him, so help me. Where the bleeding hell you been? It's me having heart failure because they tell me you've been roasted alive and you don't care, do you? What's a bleeding load of old junk you got round you?
I'm gonna build a racing bike.
How did you get out that building? They said you wasn't accounted for.
I walked that, didn't I? Up the dolly, 'cause I hate history. Gives me dream cutting off all them heads and that.
That was Once Round Lil, Twice Round the Gasworks by Jeremy Seabrook and Michael O'Neill. Bingo Lil was played by Diana Olson. Kath Ann Jameson, Joyce Miriam Margolyes, Mavis Diana Bishop, Madge Sheila Grant, Rose Jane Knowles, Maureen Maggie Donn, Lynn Jean Rogers, Gary David Howe. Tom John Hollis, Bingo Caller David Valler, Psychiatric Social Worker Eva Stewart, Schoolboys Anthony Barnett, Tony Lawson and Judy Bennett. Other parts were played by members of the cast. The play was produced by Richard Wortley.